Here today against Indianola, late goal. Just kind of walk me through the emotions and kind of the takeaway from today.
Really, it's a tough day, and as soccer guys will say, sometimes the soccer gods aren't smiling in your favor. And today wasn't our day. I felt we created a lot of good chances. We weren't clinical enough in that final phase, and they were. And outside of a couple of silly fouls that we had on ourselves, put them in an opportune spot for them to score on it. And Avery did a heck of a job of getting a hand on it, but as you saw, it just kind of carried in. Like I said, it's a tough one because we had a lot of belief and a lot of expectations, I think, from our parents and our fans and our student body that we were going to have a little bit of a run into the state tournament. But as we are aware of, with last year with Norwalk and everything, these things can happen. That's why you got to show up and keep playing every day. But credit to Indianola, they kept battling, they kept fighting and scratching. I mean, we had them pinned back and just shelling them there for a little while, but they were able to build out of it. And like I said, we made some silly mistakes, and those happen, and they were able to capitalize on it. So.
When you look at the goal that they scored, is that something where you think it's just kind of more difficult to kind of judge that ball, or just kind of was in the perfect spot that made it tough for Avery to stop? How do you kind of deliberate that?
I think that's a situation where Avery's doing what she can to try to keep it out, and sometimes you just got to credit the gal that put the shot on. I think it was number one. Heck of a shot. And she's been doing that all year, and she's been. I mean, she's their pivot, she's their everything through the middle. She's a fantastic player, and she earned that goal. So, as much as it hurts, it's the way it goes sometimes.
After a loss like that, Coach, what were you kind of telling your team there in the huddle, in the final huddle?
Really, it's a time to kind of reflect on the game a little bit, but. It's also a chance to reflect on how we prepared this last season, and also what can we do going into the next season. All right, is there something that we can do to make sure we're better prepared so we don't have something like this happen again? Is there something we can do to whether it's fitness, it's hitting a weight room, or getting touches on a ball, whether it's playing in club or just showing up to open gyms kind of thing. So it's like I said, it's a kind of a double conversation of what can we do to be better, but then also to being gracious to the seniors and the people that have been in this program to get us where we are. Like I said, it's a tough conversation to have, because really they're all just playing their tails off and can't ask for more than that. So
when you look at the opportunities that you had to score too, what did you think maybe was kind of missing with that cutting edge? Obviously Maya gets the goal, but what did you think was kind of missing from getting that second one?
I don't know. It's when you're playing, you're trying to create as many chances as you can, and I thought we did that. And I don't know that it's anything that we did or didn't do, or something they did or didn't do. We just didn't find the back of the net. I mean, you can sit here and nitpick and say maybe they should have played this with their right or that with their left, or maybe let it travel across their body before they hit it, things like that. But they're doing the best they can. We're creating as many chances as we can. And when we go look back at the film, I think it's going to say the same thing. We created a ton of chances. We just didn't find the back of the net with them.
Then when you reflect on the seniors, the impact that they've made to this program, obviously getting the team to state last year and getting back to a regional final this year, what are just kind of your reflections on that class?
That senior class has been through a lot. I mean, they were at a state tournament their freshman year. Some of them were there, and then last year as well. We were hoping we could make it 3. So you look at that. It's a pretty solid senior class, and the things that they've been able to achieve and be a part of, and I'm really proud of them. They've all been here and been such great supporters of their teammates, and I'm pretty proud of them.